Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Ich begrüße Sie herzlich zu unserer heutigen Klagemauer-TV-Sendung aus dem Studio Dresden. Heute möchten wir den rätselhaften Tod des bekannten Kriegsreporters Michael Hastings näher unter die Lupe nehmen. Am frühen Morgen des 18. Juni 2013 starb er bei einem schweren Autounfall. So zumindest lautet die offizielle Version, die in den Medien verbreitet wurde. Bei genauerem Hinsehen jedoch stößt man auf eine Vielzahl merkwürdiger Umstände. Weltweit bekannt wurde Michael Hastings im Jahre 2010, als er mit seinem Porträt im US-Magazin Rolling Stone den damaligen Kommandeur aller Truppen in Afghanistan, Stanley McChrystal, zum Rücktritt zwang. Zudem hat sich Hastings durch mehrere kritische Artikel zur amerikanischen Kriegspolitik mächtige Gegner in hohen amerikanischen Militärkreisen geschaffen. In der Zeit vor seinem Tod soll Hastings an einem Artikel über den amerikanischen Geheimdienst gearbeitet haben. Am Tag vor dem Unfall schrieb er einigen seiner Kollegen eine bedeutungsvolle E-Mail. „Ich bin an einer großen Geschichte dran“, schreibt er darin, „und ich muss eine Weile von der Bildfläche verschwinden“. Laut der Enthüllungsplattform WikiLeaks hatte Hastings zudem nur wenige Stunden vor seinem Tod Kontakt zur WikiLeaks-Anwältin Jennifer Robinson aufgenommen und erklärte ihr, dass er vom FBI verfolgt werde. In Anbetracht all dieser mysteriösen Umstände stellt sich zwangsläufig die Frage zu Hastings Tod: War es nur ein tragischer Unfall oder vielleicht ein gezielter Anschlag auf einen unbequemen Journalisten? Um Fragen auf diese und ähnliche Ereignisse unseres heutigen Weltgeschehens finden zu können, braucht es unzensierte Medien wie Klagemauer TV. Deswegen helfen auch Sie, diese Informationen zu verbreiten, um Licht in die mysteriösen Zusammenhänge zu bringen. In diesem Sinne verabschiede ich mich von Ihnen und wünsche Ihnen noch einen angenehmen Abend. Auf Wiedersehen.
Was Michael Hastings murdered? You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. Michael Hastings was a young man, but he was cut from the cloth of old-school journalism. Hastings' expose on General Stanley McChrystal won a Polk Award and cost the general his command. Hastings also made waves in his books The Operators and I Lost My Love in Baghdad. He was a contentious figure in Washington, and during his investigations he had occasionally received death threats. However, Hastings thought that any enemies he may have created were more likely to focus on killing his career by making him controversial. While barely in his 30s, it seemed that Michael Hastings' career was set to skyrocket. However, we'll never know. On June 18, 2013, Hastings died in a fiery single-car accident when his Mercedes C250 collided with a palm tree around 4:20 in the morning. Car accidents are a tragic fact of life in the United States, but some Hastings supporters think there's more to the story. Here's where it gets crazy. Would someone have actually acted on a death threat and killed Michael Hastings? If so, who? Why? For those who believe that Hastings was murdered, his email on June 17th is a piece of primary evidence. In this, he notes that the feds are interviewing my close friends and associates. He goes on to note, "I'm onto a big story and need to get off the radar for a bit." WikiLeaks chimed in as well, stating that Hastings had contacted their lawyer Jennifer Robinson hours before his death. There are additional troubling details. First, a witness reported hearing explosions before the car collided with the tree and burst into flame. Second, the engine was ejected from the vehicle. Third, there were no skid marks. The circumstances following the crash are odd too. At the time of recording, the LAPD refused to release toxicology reports. Hastings' body was cremated, allegedly against his family's wishes. While none of this evidence concretely proves any foul play, the nature and timing of the event have caused continuing speculation. Did Michael Hastings, stressed from the demands of his career, simply become the victim of an unusual, fatal car accident? Or was there something else? Former Marine Sergeant Gordon Duff has speculated the accident could be explained by the application of Boston brakes, that is, by hacking and controlling a car remotely. Skeptics argue that Hastings' work has led conspiracy theorists to see schemes where none exist, that this accident, while unusual, was not impossible. In this case, Hastings' Mercedes will provide the best chance for conclusively proving whether this was an accident or a crime. The LAPD has ruled out foul play and, at this point, has not released the C-250 for outside investigation. To some, this is standard operating procedure. For those who believe Hastings was murdered, however, there's something the LAPD and Hastings' adversaries don't want you to know.
So the question one has to ask oneself is that if everything we're doing and everyone we're fighting is not actually a threat to the United States, certainly not a direct threat by any means, then why are we expending so many resources, 120 billion a year, you know, with all the lives lost, to do it? And again, this is the big lie of counterinsurgency, which I know we've discussed on your show. To justify this tremendous outlay of resources, they have to say, oh, well, no, we're killing terrorists. But everybody knows that that's not true.
Is there? You saw him?
I did not see anybody get out. It's on impact it got
On impact it blew up?
Yeah.
Okay, do you mind if I grab your statement?
Oh,
So
please,
no?
no,
Okay.
no.
Well, you look great. What kind of car is that? A Mercedes?
Who knows? I don't know.
Looks like it's a Mercedes.
Like seriously.
It doesn't sound like it.
Haben auch Sie ein öffentliches Unrecht zu beklagen? Bleiben Sie damit nicht allein. Schreiben Sie noch heute an klagemauer.tv. Klagemauer TV. Nicht gläserne Bürger, gläserne Medien, Politiker und Finanzmogule brauchen wir.